probably one of my favorite and most expensive Soul 45s that I own. Yeah. This was like my white whale jazz record for a really long time. This is probably like the biggest record that I own. It's Wendell Harrison's Organic Dream.
Hey, Patrick here. Welcome to another episode of Record Rooms. This is a show where I interview record collectors in their record rooms. On this episode, I'm chatting with Emily, who goes by DJ Moon Hymns, about her rare jazz, soul, funk, and disco collection. Emily is an active DJ in Toronto. She also works as a buyer at Sonic Boom Records, which is a massive 2-floor record store right downtown Toronto. If you're ever visiting the city, you should probably check that one out. On top of that, Emily also runs an online radio station called Another Setting Radio. We talk about all of this stuff in the interview, and of course also, her favorite records and what's in her collection. But we also talk about her experience being a woman in the vinyl community. She's got a lot to say on the subject, and I was really happy to get into it in this interview. To be perfectly honest, I didn't even really know most of the records that Emily showed me in this interview. I've said many times before on the show that my favorite part about this whole operation is learning new things, learning new bands, learning about new genres. I enjoy soul and jazz as like a more casual listener. I've got some of both of those genres in here, but those stones are largely left unturned as far as collecting goes. So I was really happy that Emily was down to sort of share some insider knowledge with me. And you. If you enjoyed this episode and you want more, there's an extended cut on my Patreon. There's about an extra 10 minutes on there. There's more song samples, there's more questions, there's more show and tell. Membership for that starts at just $2 a month, and it also gets you automatic entry into the monthly rare record raffle that I do. This month's giveaway is a 1978 Japanese pressing of Kraftwerk's Man Machine, complete with obi and insert as well. And I even cover shipping to the winner. Okay, and with that, let's get right into it. This is Record Rooms with Emily.
Hey, I'm Emily. I'm a buyer at Sonic Boom. I am a vinyl DJ, and I run a community radio station called Another Setting. I guess the big ones would be jazz, funk, like indie, like 80s indie, and recently folk music.
And is that the same stuff you DJ as well?
I kind of just make up nights where I get to DJ pretty much all of my records because I'm like, I have to listen to them. I do a like country twang soul night at Bell and Beacon. I do a exclusively jazz night at 915 DuPont. I do some like 80s nights at the Embassy, just kind of like trying to play everything that I have.
So you're not like genre exclusive?
No, I'm not genre exclusive at all. I buy everything as long as I like it.
What genre do you think you're the deepest on?
Definitely jazz.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I have the most jazz records, either jazz or like funk and soul, because for a really long time I was only buying funk and soul records, and then for a really long time I was only buying jazz records, and now I'm kind of coming out of only buying like country and rock records because I'm still buying jazz records. I go through phases for sure.
Rabbit holes.
As long as it like sounds good to me, I'm gonna buy it.
And do you only buy original presses? Do you buy represses? Do you care?
Mostly buy originals. If something is like unattainably expensive,
which a lot of it is, especially
like the spiritual jazz, like the Strata East stuff. I like love that stuff, but it's so unattainable these days. I'll buy a reissue if it's like, for example, that like Ike White Changin' Times or whatever it's called record. That record is so fucking expensive. I never see... Can I swear?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I never see it, and it's getting reissued for Record Store Day. Again, not something I care about, but I want that record.
Right.
So I'm going to buy that reissue. I would say like 90% of my collection is original pressings or like reissue from very shortly after. if a record came out in like 71, I'm like, oh, here's a 74 reissue. This is good enough for me.
Yeah. For me, like the stuff that I care the most about, that I'm the deepest on, I want something that's like the first or as early as I can.
Yeah.
But if I'm like tangentially into it, like a lot of jazz, I really do appreciate jazz, but I'm not that knowledgeable about it.
Okay.
So if I can find like a $15 or $25 used copy of a classic, I'll buy that, no problem.
Yeah, totally. And I think that like, for me, it's more about having the artifact more than just like having the music. I'm just like, this is what I would have bought if I was alive when this came out, which is cool to me. But I wasn't, so here I am searching for all of those things now. I used to have a show on a Toronto station that doesn't exist anymore, and I had a jazz show called Organic Dream that was named after my favorite jazz record that I also now own, which is crazy. It's Wendell Harrison's Organic Dream. This is probably like the biggest record that I own. It is his freaky electronic jazz records. I believe it's his label. There's only a few records that ever came out on this label, and he made this just fucking monster, weird, funky electronic jazz record. If I'm sad and don't want to be, I listen to this. Someone brought in a collection of like the worst soca records I've ever seen in my life. And somehow this record and like two others from this label were in that collection. And I was kind of like teeter-tottering on like, God, I should get it. I shouldn't. Dude, it's way easier to find $600 than it is to find this record. Like, just buy it. This is The Slits. I heard it through the grapevine, Typical Girls. I bought this from a woman. She sold a bunch of like weird, cool Slits adjacent stuff to the store. And I told her that I loved the Slits so much. And she was like, I have something for you. I'm going to come back in like 2 weeks. And then she came back 2 months later and she gave me this Slits poster over here.
One thing I've never been to is like a jazz DJ night.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I kind of try to like fuck the system with my jazz nights, and I play like jazz and jazz adjacent. There definitely are nights where I'm like, I'm just gonna play like standards or like Nina Simone all night or like that kind of jazz that's easy to listen to.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time I end up playing like weird ECM, like new age stuff, which is really interesting for me, but I've found that a lot of people hate it. Because it's not necessarily fun to listen to.
Especially like out in public over drinks?
Oh yeah. Like I played at 915 DuPont last week and there was a couple sitting literally directly in front of the DJ booth on their first ever date. And I was playing like, you know, John Sermon going fucking crazy, like, and I'm like, this is the soundtrack to your first date and you will never forget this. And I kind of love that.
Yeah, you're being antagonistic with
I'm being antagonistic for sure. I don't know. You hired me and that's what I want to hear. So y'all are going to hear it.
When you sort of think back to the beginning, how did you, like when you were young, I imagine, how did you first get into music?
Like my mom's favorite band is Queen. My dad's favorite band is like U2. We grew up listening to Boom 97.3. Mm-hmm. Every single room in the house that had a radio was playing Boom 97.3. It was on in the car. They don't have a super broad spectrum of things that they play, but like I would hear like The Smiths or A Flock of Seagulls or just like other kind of, you know, one-hit wonder 80s bands. And I was like, this stuff is kind of cool. Like I should look into this a little more. Like the first record I ever bought was Hatful of Hollow by the Smiths.
You still have it?
I had a reissue that I bought from Sonic Boom when I was like 13 years old, but now I have an original. I since sold the reissue and now I have an original.
So this isn't the first record you bought, but that is the first like album you bought.
Yes, yeah. This was the first album I bought. This and Room on Fire by the Strokes.
Honestly, great 2 albums.
Yeah, not bad. Could be worse.
Could be much worse.
The first CD I bought was probably like Blink-182 Greatest Hits, so.
Okay, fair. Yeah. So you said you're a buyer at Sonic Boom.
I am.
Okay, so people are bringing in their used collections and you're pricing them out?
Yeah, so they bring them in. I kind of just go through them, evaluate. We do use Discogs as kind of like a guide, but it's more so just like having that knowledge of what works in that store and what doesn't.
Just because it's a good title, that doesn't mean it's going to do well in the store.
Yeah, like people don't understand. They're like, oh my God, what do you mean I can only get $2 for my Elvis record? And I'm like, I have like 1,000 Elvis records sitting in boxes right now waiting to get put out. And like being, you know, towing the line of like being sensitive and being like, a lot of people have a hard time like letting go of their records, but they have to.
They're sentimental about them.
Totally, which I obviously understand. The story of this record is actually insane. This is an original pressing of this Upsetters record.
Wow.
This customer brought this up to me and was like, oh, I found this in the section and I want to buy it. Can you price it for me? And I was like, you found this in the section? Told my boss about it, and he was like, oh, there was like a film crew with like props here. That might have been one of the props.
They might have left it behind?
They might have left it behind. A few weeks pass, and he calls me over to his office, and he's like, I tried to get in touch with these people. They have no idea what I'm talking about. Do you want it? And I was like, obviously, I fucking want this record. I was like, this record's amazing. Like, yeah, I want it. And he was like, yeah, you can just have it. I don't, finders keepers. I don't care. And I was like, sick.
I don't have a lot of dub records, but I have that one. I have a reissue of that one.
Yeah,
right?
it's incredible.
Do you keep up with like contemporary bands and new releases?
Mostly because I work in a record store.
Right.
There are obviously some like contemporary bands that I like that are on my radar, but I kind of just like have to know about music and about like what's coming out, because I have to know like what's a new release, if we're going to stock it, how many people want it. There's this current like country rock band called Flory. This is the newest one. Just like super fun, silly country rock. There's a lot of people in their band. I think there's like 7 people in their band. Yeah, 7 people. There's 7 people in the back. I actually got that right. The lead singer has like such an interesting, unique voice that is just unmatched.
A unique voice or a weird voice is a deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel like when girls have a weird voice, I fuck with it. But when men have a weird voice, I'm going to get so many hate comments for this. When men have a weird voice, I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Like, be quiet, man. Fucking, like, come on.
Can you walk me through some kind of girls with character voices?
Where are we up here? I'm a big Annette Peacock fan. She has a little freaky voice. Nick actually sold me this record, if you can believe it. He was selling records, you know, because he wanted some extra cash, and he posted this, and I was like, I need that.
So is that his copy?
This is his copy. Thank you, Nick.
What up, Nick?
I just got this record when I was in Montreal, Hermione, called The World on My Plates, and she's washing her records in the dishwasher.
It's a great cover.
Great cover. She has a borderline annoying voice.
Okay.
If you take a chick just like riffing over some weird electronics and she sounds absolutely cranked, I'm just gonna like it.
You're in.
I'm into it. I can't help it. I don't know. I just love it. I'm like, you know what? You do you. I respect that. Let her cook.
Wash away, no need to, please.
Yeah, she's a little freak, but
Okay.
but I'm into it for sure.
Okay. Can you tell me kind of how you organize your stuff?
Yes, I can. These 2 crates here are all my like 12-inch singles. This is like mostly stuff that I DJ. This up here is all like rock and friends. There's some art rock in here, some AOR stuff.
So you separate by genres, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I separate by genre. There was like a point where I was like, should I subgenre these? And then I did. And then I was like, I'm psychotic. And then I put it back. Because I was like...
Too granular.
It was it was way too much. Like I did rock. I subgenred rock. And then I was like, I'm going to have to do this for the rest of it. So this is Rock and Friends. Which is confusing because this is like Country and Friends.
Okay. I think country and rock can be separate.
I just want them to be separate, but it also doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me because like I have like Leonard Cohen in here.
So like folk would go in with country?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put folk with country.
So it's like acoustic and electric are your sections?
Yes.
Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like all my country. my psych records, folk records. This is all electronic up until here. I also keep like my city pop records in here. Starting from here to down here, these are all my jazz records.
Okay, that's a hefty jazz section.
That's my hefty jazz section. From here to the end is all of my like funk, soul, disco.
Very cool. And in your 45s is like similar genres that you're into?
Mostly probably like soul, funk, and disco. I like really like soul 45s. I'm like,
who doesn't like soul 45s?
I know, we all like soul 45s.
That's why they're worth $1,000.
I know. This is Norris Fines and the Love Lines, Give In. Probably one of my favorite and most expensive soul 45s that I own. It's just like a perfect, sweet song that will just make you feel good. That's why it's called soul. This is my favorite reggae 45 that I own. It's Sharon Forrester, Love Don't Live Here Anymore.
You abandoned me, love don't live here anymore.
Again, just like a really pretty, kind of heartbreaking reggae song. The Vanguard's Girl Go Away on Lamp Records. Lamp Records was a very short-lived soul label. They did like a Lamp Records compilation, which I also own. I'm not like a big compilation on vinyl purchaser, but I love Lamp Records so much that I own that, and this is the only 45 on Lamp that I have because they're all very expensive and rare. For a long time, I really wanted an original copy, and I did get one of Sonny Sherrick, Black Woman. Yeah. This was like my White Whale jazz record for a really long time.
What's so special about that one? I'm not familiar with it.
It's just so intense. The title track is literally just like Linda Sherrick screaming, and it just gets like more and more and more intense. And I just like, I listened to it for the first time and I just felt like a changed person. I haven't even been into jazz my whole life. When I worked at Sunrise, I was convinced I hated jazz because my manager would play like the same shit jazz records over and over again. And I was like, this is what jazz sounds like.
Just like elevator jazz?
Elevator jazz.
Yeah.
The first record I ever listened to that changed my mind about that was Karma by Pharoah. Here it is. Karma by Pharoah Sanders.
That's got to be one of the top 3 most showed records on this channel.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, everybody loves that fucking record.
This was the first record I listened to that changed my mind about jazz. I felt like expelled of my demons after I listened to this.
Okay, so I know I said earlier that this month's giveaway record is Man Machine by Kraftwerk, but this was too good of a moment for me not to punch in. Next month, July 2026, I'm giving away this 1970 US pressing of Pharoah Sanders' Karma. You too could feel like a changed person for having listened to this. If you want to win either of these or see the extended cut of this interview with Emily, check out the Patreon. Do you have a record that got away? You see it on a wall somewhere, you think I'll buy it next time.
Woody Shaw, Love Dance, and I was literally thinking about this the other day while I was working. There was a copy at the store for $50 like a year ago, and I think it's worth like triple that now. I should have fucking bought it. It took me a really long time, and it's something that I still struggle with, of being like, I am so young and I work at a record store. Like anything that I don't see, I will see at some point.
Yeah.
Like I've seen original copies of Languidity, Butcher covers. I see like rare records literally every single day.
Do you get desensitized to it?
Not yet, because I care so much.
Right.
And I just think it's fucking cool.
What do you think are like the 2 furthest corners of your collection? Like the 2 most different records that you have?
That's a big ass question. Where is it? This one by Kip Hanrahan. He's a little freak. He's got all the homies playing on this. I'll list some. We've got Chico Freeman, Bill Laswell, who I'm a big fan of, Byard Lancaster, Arto Lindsay, John Clark. A lot of good players on this, but this is like evil jazz. If I was getting like chased in a movie, if there's like a heated scene where I'm like trying to outrun a killer, the song This Night Comes Out of Both of Us is gonna be playing.
It's because of you. Wanna do weak love in the third person?
Lisa Herman is singing on it. Her voice is like so smooth, but then all the instruments in the background are like going just crazy and they're very chaotic. And like that's my two favorite combinations of things is like really chill vocals and then like psycho jazz playing in the background.
Wow. What's the counterpart to that?
It sucks that I have to show this because my cat did fucking eat it, but I also found it at Goodwill, so it's okay. It is a CTL, Canadian Talent Library, folk record by Karen Jones called People I Promised to Mention, but it's just like a really pretty girly with her guitar doing some songs.
Eyes full of sorrow.
Earlier you mentioned Another Setting Radio.
Yep.
I wonder if you can tell me a little bit about the station.
Yeah, so it is a community-run radio station that we do. It's online only. I run it with my best friend Nafi and Armin. Essentially, we just kind of built a platform for people to like come on and do shows. It's very like, it only runs if you care type of thing, because that's what community radio is. So it attracts the right people, which has been awesome.
And so do you have like a location people go to record their shows?
No,
or?
it's all pre-recorded and then you
just
send it in. It was just born out of a lack of feeling community.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to say that you have community, but it's a different thing to like actually,
to feel it?
Feel it and create one.
What do you think the future of the station is going to be? Are you aiming to grow? Do you want it to... Is it as developed as you want it to be?
I mean, I think that it's always going to grow because people are always looking for community. We're not doing any of this for any kind of like personal gratification.
Okay.
Like, obviously I care so much about it, but like, I don't really care what I get out of it.
Right, as long as it exists.
I just want it to exist and I want people to have that platform. That's the whole point. It's just like, if you have a cool idea, like fucking run with it.
What is your Sunday morning coffee record?
That's going to be somewhere in my jazz section. I'm a big, obviously, Chet Baker fan. So Chet Baker on CTI. There's some jazz people that are like not into the CTI stuff, which like grow up, open your heart. Like it's okay. If you're going to buy one CTI record, buy this one. I'm a big Badge of Pac Ensemble fan. They are a Toronto jazz group, kind of like jazz experimental.
Throw away a shadow is something that I'm forced to do.
This is probably one of my favorite records to ever be made, ever. Canic Chase is literally one of the best songs that has ever been written.
Nothing around, just the trees and the ground. There's a bird in a tree singing a...
It's just like the perfect soulful folk record.
Sounds like Sunday morning music to me, man.
It is Sunday morning music. It's also nighttime after you've had a bottle of wine and you need to sob music.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's morning because you're awake early and sometimes it's morning because you're still awake.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I found this 45 and I was just like, I have to own anything that's like adjacent to this record because I love it so much.
So what about the opposite of your Sunday morning coffee record? What about like your Friday night? You're about to go out. You got one record. You got to get the motor pumping.
Ooh.
What do you put on?
Ooh, I like that question. This is a great one for that Vicious Pink, 80s, cheese, sexy. The song Fetish absolutely rips. These two freaks. Sometimes they'd be soundtracking my life, you know? I'll listen to Teenage Fan Club, Bandwagon-esque.
Yeah.
This is also one that like gets me in a great mood for going out.
Do you have any advice for like new collectors who are just kind of getting started?
Don't let pretentious 40-year-old men tell you what to buy. Some of those dudes, they're all over YouTube.
Oh, I know.
Not this. This is good. Listen to everything and decide yourself what you like. Don't buy something because someone is saying, like, you have to have In Rainbows by Radiohead. Yes, it is a very important record, and I understand that. Do I own it? No. You don't need to own that. Just own what you care about. Own what you genuinely like. Don't let the algorithm tell you what to buy. That also, like, bleeds into, like, you know, DJing when, like, people they just want to hear what they know. It's like, maybe just listen.
Right. Or go to a bar that has a touch tunes or something. You know?
Yes. Like, maybe that's, like, honestly my biggest piece of advice is, like, go to a DJ night where, like, a DJ's playing records and just sit there and listen. If you hear a song you like, go ask them about it. Go talk to people that actually give a shit about music and don't just, like, buy what your Spotify algorithm is feeding you.
Right. So, I mean, I can infer that you've been on the receiving end of some punishing old men talking to you about records.
I've worked in record stores for 10 years. So I know that y'all are out there and I don't fuck with you. I found, this is quite shocking to me though. I found that the jazz dudes are way nicer than the rock dudes.
Really?
Yes. Maybe they're just like more accepting to like, and like open-hearted to like talk to me about stuff.
Or like
less like mansplaining.
Anybody who's into this genre is cool
like,
with me, you know?
Yes, yeah. Like they're like, oh my God, you know what ECM is? Like, cool, let's talk about that.
Right.
Whereas like the rock dudes are like, what do you mean you don't have any budgie? Where's the budgie section? Do you even know what I'm talking about? Someone comes into the store and is like, do you have like a Windham Hill section? And I'm like, yes. Let's talk about new age music.
I mean, hey, I've been on the receiving end of like patronizing old men in record stores.
Yeah.
As a guy.
Yeah.
It's got to be worse for you.
Especially like as a buyer, like me as a woman telling a man what his records are worth.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Y'all don't like that. Yeah, the gender dynamic has been very difficult. It definitely comes up way less than when I first started. Mm-hmm. One thing that I get talked about quite often...
Like talked to about?
Yeah, talked to about, which I can't tell what the intention of bringing it up is. And I only bring this up because it has come up so many times, is dudes being like, there's a lot of women in here right now.
Customers.
Customers being like, there's a lot of girls in here right now. Like, is this normal? Mm-hmm. And it is older men, so I understand that, like, maybe back in their day, there weren't a lot of, like, you know, women hanging out in record stores. So it's a lot of, like, oh, is this, like, a typical thing? And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, chicks like music. Who would have thought? I can't tell what the intention, I can't tell if I, like, how it makes me feel, because I'm like, why are you even noticing that in the first place?
Right. Aren't you here to look for music?
Like, you're here to look for music. Are you here to look for women? Because if you are, you can fucking beat it, pal. Sorry, the entire episode is just going to be mean to men.
Not the entire episode, just a section of it. Just a section of it.
But I feel like it wouldn't be my episode if I wasn't, like, beating on men. The record store men and the DJ men. Yeah. Those are two, like, evils that I just get surrounded by. Like, I'll be DJing and some dude will come up to me and be like, oh, are these your boyfriend's records?
Literally?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Like, are these your boyfriend's records? Are you really doing this right now? How do you know how to do this? I never thought I would see a girl in here. It's everywhere. And like, if you give me an opportunity to be mean to you, like, you just gave me the golden ticket. And I'm going to the fucking Willy Wonka chocolate factory of pain. Getting to be like mean and sarcastic about it does feel kind of rewarding and awesome.
Right. So. And I mean, as much as like a lot of musical knowledge is handed down from generation to generation, don't be a dick about it.
Don't be a dick about it. And this isn't even like exclusively to men. This is like, you know, women who I know who are into records too. It's like, they can't admit that they don't know everything. Yeah. That is a huge problem. It's okay. You don't know everything. And that's the point.
It's fun if you don't, because then there's more to learn.
I don't know I'll never know everything. I'll never hear everything. And that's the whole point. That's like a big thing that happens working in a record store is like, you know, dudes ask me if I know something and I'm like, no, I don't. And they're like, you don't know that? No, I haven't listened to the fucking Pink Floyd album that came out in 1991. Like, I don't fucking, like, sorry. It's okay to not know everything.
Yeah.
You're never going to know everything.
On that, thank you for having me over. Thank you for showing me your stuff and for talking about all these tunes. And
Of course.
yeah.
Do I say bye?
You can.
Bye.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you for making it to the end of the episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've been listening to that Vanguard's 45 on Lamp Records all week long because of this episode. That was a really cool discovery for me. And just one last time, if you want to see more of this interview, the full extended cut is on my Patreon now. It's also ad-free, and I always post on there before I post on YouTube. And even if you don't want to, that's cool. We'll see you next time.